Morning, Spurs fans everywhere. This is Thfc Till I Die on Fixtures release day, which is always one of the big days of the close season when we get to know who we're playing in August and thereafter in the rest of the season. And there's some very interesting games coming up. So I'm joined today by two co-hosts, the Queen Ellie Hoiberg. How are you, Ellie?
I'm all right. I've had my breakfast and I'm raring to go.
And from Spurs Between the Lines, we have Mia. How are you, Mia?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. Enjoying the sunshine. Hope it long may it continue.
Yeah, well, let's hope it does, and let's hope it's a sunshine season for Tottenham because we now know who our opponents are for the whole of next season. And we're starting off, for those of you that might not have seen it, we're starting off with a game against Brentford, and followed quickly by a home game with Manchester United. So you can see there from the banner, in August and September, we have actually 5 away games and 3 home games, which I suppose will balance itself out at the end of the season, by the end of the season. But we've some tricky games, actually. I mean, if you looked at the fixtures, girls, what do you reckon out of the first? Like, I'm looking at August and September. We're playing the likes of Man United home, Arsenal away, and Liverpool at home. So it's not an easy start. Would you agree?
Yeah.
I'll say Ellie first on that one. Sorry, I should have said that.
Yeah, definitely. It's a very tough start, especially even Brentford away, Philip. That's a tough one because they really pushed us last season when we drew 2-2. We just about scraped it, actually. So we'll have to go one better. But, and they beat us at home as well. So, and the other fixtures, wow, they're tough. All
Yeah,
after one after the other. Not good.
Yeah. Mia, what do you reckon? Do you think we've got 8 games, 24 points? How many points do you reckon we'll have by the end of September based on those fixtures?
Oh, God. Joe, what? It is so some of them, like the Man U game's tricky. Obviously, we've got Liverpool, even though at home, I feel like Liverpool, we've always been quite combative with them, but still, I don't rate us getting many points. And I think as well, and when he's been away at Celtic, it took him a while to kind of get those good results. So yeah, I'm not banking on us getting many points. Like, I don't know how many in my head. I can't really, don't know.
I'm going to say we're going to have 15 points out of those games. Which is a reasonable start. And I think it could be interesting. The first match could be very interesting. We could have David Raya going back to his old club for his first game for his new club.
Yeah.
With a bit of luck, And Mia, have you heard anything more about that transfer? Whereabouts is it at the moment? Is it progressing, or are we being gazumped by Chelsea?
I think, from what I know, it is progressing, and it seems positive. No, Chelsea apparently are going to keep Kepa and more possibly sell Mendy, and they aren't particularly interested because 2 weeks ago there was rumours that his agent had Chelsea has spoken to his agent, and that was not true. So it looks like that we are the front runners at the moment for David Raya. I just feel like we need to get this done, if I'm honest, to make sure get it over the line.
Yeah, well, I suppose we've come down to the old chestnut. Will Daniel Levy pay the asking price? And that would appear to be the sticking thing at the minute. I think personal terms aren't an issue. They've been dealt with.
Yeah, he's agreed all personal terms. Everything's agreed. That part, it's just now the fee. Because once the fee is settled, that will be it. It'll be ours.
Yeah, well, hopefully. And then, of course, we've got the old chestnut. Who else do we get bringing in? But we'll discuss that at a later stage. So, right, if we just go through the fixtures, the first 3 fixtures, Brentford away, as you said, ladies, the Brentford were a thorn in our side last season. And in fact, you could say they prevented us from being in Europe by beating us in our last home game, Yeah. And I personally have a lot of time for Brentford. I love to see teams coming up like this. They've come out of nowhere, really, and they're making a name for themselves. And they finished only just behind us in the league. So we'll take a prediction from the two. For me, what's your prediction? A win, a draw, or a loss in that game?
I think we're going to lose that game because Brentford have got form as well for winning their first game of the season.
Yeah, they beat Man United 4-0 last season, didn't they?
The season before.
Yeah. Mia, what do you reckon?
All right. I personally think we're going to get the win. And I'll tell you why. Because it's Angie's first game and the players will be right up for it. And I'm sure he's going to gee them up for this game, and he's going to say to them, look, you've got to work hard, because this team, Brentford, they will work their socks off. So you've got to match them and then beat them with quality, because we have definitely got more quality in our team.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I'm going to go for a draw in that game. I think Brentford will be up for it. The fact that, as we said, that they do well in their home games, especially the early ones. So I'll go for a draw. Next game, I mean, this is massive. I mean, to get Manchester United from Angie's first home game, you couldn't make it up, really, And I'll go for. I think we're going to win that game, because I don't think United are going to be up and at it that early in the season. So I'm going to go for a home win there, with the crowd really, really singing his name and getting behind him. So, Mia, what do you reckon?
Yep, I think we're going to win that game against Man United.
Ellie?
Well, I'm going to disagree, right? I think we're going to lose it, because Manchester United, they have got top quality players all around the park. And last season, we were lucky to get a draw, really. I know we rallied in the second half, but they were much more classier. And that if they step up, I think they'll get the win. And I think it's going to be an emotional one for Postecoglou. And I think he might not dampen it too much, because you've got to keep a level head when you're playing the top sides. You've got to be cool, calm and collected. Yeah.
I think that's going to be. I honestly think it's a brilliant game from the start with. Like I'd rather we're starting at home against Man United than maybe starting at home against Luton or Sheffield United or someone like that. That would be expected to win. So he's really got to raise the team for that match. We'll see, But I think I have great hopes for that one. Bournemouth away. Ellie, what do you reckon there?
That one's going to be a 3-pointer, because however good Bournemouth are, they leak goals more than us. So I think we're going to be one up on them on that one. And if we've got the centre backs in place as well, I think that is a banker. Yeah. Definitely. 3
Mia,
points.
What do you reckon on that one?
Yeah, I think we're going to win that one as well.
I'm going to go against you. I think we're going to lose that one, because look what Bournemouth did to us this season. I know we beat them 3-2 in October there, but that was coming from 2-0 down. But look what they did to us in March or April, whenever it was there, that winning 3-2 after us getting back into the game. So that's going to be a real tricky one, So we're not going to go through every game. We're just going to go through this. We'll just go through September, because there's some crackers in September. Burnley away.
Oh, God.
Ellie.
I hate Burnley away. It's like
Don't
the
we all?
scourge of the earth, isn't it? And also Vincent Kompany's there, and he's a true winner. He'll be rallying his troops to beat us. But I think it's going to be a draw. I'm going to go for a draw for this one.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
Mia, what do you say?
Yeah, I'm going to actually agree with Ellie. I think it'll be a draw, a 2-2 maybe.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go for a draw there, because let's face it, we have trouble against Burnley when they don't play football, when it's hit and run stuff under Sean Dyche. But now they've got a manager that plays a bit of football. They are going to cause trouble, and I can actually see Burnley being a real dark horse in the league next season. I can see them doing far better than maybe people will give them credit for.
Yeah, I agree.
Now this is Sheffield United. Now this is a game I'm hoping to go to, providing they don't change the date to Sunday. Sheffield United at home.
Right.
Mia, what do you reckon there?
Oh, do you know what? We've got a bit of revenge to give, haven't we, in that game? So I think we're going to win.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I think so. Ellie, what do you think there?
Definitely a home win, because I think Ange, after losing to Manchester United, as I predicted, he'll kill them if they lose their second
Can we hold you to that now? We'll play this back in the middle after the second match. Ellie was wrong. We won. Yeah.
But I definitely we're going to win that one, because Ange won't take 2 home losses. I mean, when Conte says he's going to kill a player, I think actually Postecoglou will do the same.
Probably will. Yeah.
He'll give them a roasting.
Yeah. I'm going to go for a big home win here. I have to, I think. Now, the next one, the game we all love to hate, or hate to love, or whatever you want to call it. I won't even mention them by name. The South Londoners away.
Woolwich.
Woolwich. Yeah. what do you think? What will happen there? Seeing as everybody's tipping Arsenal to do even greater things next season, you know.
Do you know? Can I just mention one thing? Why is it we always get them away first?
Yeah,
why
I know
is
that.
that?
I've noticed
that
that.
is
I've
a
noticed
really weird thing that always seems to happen. I don't like it, and I'm suspicious about it.
Every season that happens. I can't remember when we last played them at home first.
No, neither can I.
Yeah. But that being said, we have to go there and we have to perform, because too often Tottenham have gone to that place and ran up the white flag, really, you know.
Yeah.
So we're going to have to go there, and again, I think Postecoglou will send the troops out that day ready for warfare, and we need it. And I'm going to go for a draw.
Yeah, I'm going to go for a draw. I think he's going to have them wear their war paint. He knows how much this means to us. And I think when it comes to Celtic Rangers games, he was really he made sure the players were really up for it. So I think actually, I think it's going to be a draw, because I think we will be up for it.
Ellie, what do you think? Not another loss.
Completely against you guys, and I'm going to go for the win. Because I just feel something in my waters, right? We haven't beaten them since Kabul got that winner when we beat them 3-2, and we've been very unlucky in some of the games. I know we played pretty poorly over the last 2 or 3 games, but before that we were challenging them. So I think we can, because I think they're going to go on that pitch thinking they're going to win. And we'll catch them on the sly. We'll win 2-0. Come on, Spurs.
Yeah, that'd be good. That'd be great, you know. And I see that Arsenal. I don't want to mention the name. They had a bid turned down for Declan Rice this morning. So I hope they don't get him, to be honest with you, because I do think he could be the missing link from what happened to them this season. But I hope they don't get him anyway. Now the last game.
Hopefully City will get him, because apparently City are in for him. So hopefully City will do a bit of God's work for us again and get him.
Yeah,
because he's going to be a natural replacement for Gundogan, isn't he?
Yeah. Right enough. I mean, I hope he'd have sense and would not go to the nomads, you know. Now, last game in September, again, this is when you think of our first 3 home games, 2 of the first 3 home games are against Man United and Liverpool. So Liverpool at the end of September, coming so soon after the Arsenal game, fixtures not been kind to us there, you know. But then again, we've always had a good battle with Liverpool, and would have got that memorable point at Anfield there a few weeks ago, only for Lucas Moura forgetting which way he was playing, you know, and losing out. So I think we owe Liverpool one. We've come so close to beating them in the last couple of seasons without really doing it. So I think we're going to win that one.
Yeah, I was at our last victory when we played them at Wembley, when we battered them 4-1.
4-1, yeah.
Yeah, and ever since, we have given them good games though, Philip. We've really given them a good battle, haven't we? Yeah. So I think it's going to be a draw. I think a 1-1 or a 2-2, I reckon. Yeah.
I think we owe Mr. Klopp one, because the sight of him doing his war dance down the touchline sickens me. You know, it really does. That fella gets up my nose. He really, apart from Lego Man, he's the one that I really, really cannot stand. You know, their antics on the touchline, and they get away with murder. You know, and let's hope that he's nothing to cheer about.
Do you know what else it is with Klopp? Is the fact that he moans about every little thing, like, oh my God, be quiet. That is enough of you now. Like, honestly. And when he does that fake smile, yeah, he does wind me up. And I hope we stick it to them real hard.
Like Ismia.
Yeah, it's just
I see Kate Boxell has a very good comment here. She says, trouble with Liverpool is they have 12 men with VAR.
Yeah.
Well, that's true. Yeah. That's true. They do get a lot of comments. We might just run down a few of the comments. Dermot is helping us out in the background this morning, just to go through a few of the comments. If I think you might have been reading them going through there, but we'll just read out a few of them. And Peter M. Ellie, how can you're in 2 places at the one time, are you?
Yeah.
And there's Wayne Bonner saying, good morning, hope you're all well soon. September the 23rd it is, yep. And Carl Simpson saying, good morning and hello everyone in the chat. I'm afraid Dermot's not here this morning to catch him out, Carl, but no doubt he'll be back later. You can try it then, you know. Wayne Bonner saying, yeah, funny that, Mia. Their computer must be broken every summer for that to happen. That's the Arsenal away first thing. Yeah, I mean, I know we're all got paranoid and get conspiracy theories about this, and there's probably nothing to it. It's probably just coincidence, but it's a coincidence that keeps happening. You know?
I'll tell you what, since Lasagna Gate, I'm very suspicious about the Premier League.
Right, yeah, right.
I call it David Dean Gate. David Dean. Because I still think he's on their committee, isn't he?
He cost us that. He cost us a place in the Champions League that season by not allowing that West Ham to be postponed. I mean, I'll never forgive him for that. I mean, it's another. Apart from, remember the time back in 1919 when Arsenal got promoted and we got relegated. That was the worst thing that Arsenal have done to Spurs since that. You know, and it's no wonder we hate each other. It really is no wonder. And Kate Boxall saying, "Morning, you lovely lot. How you morning, Kate?" And Peter M, morning all. And Kate Boxall, where's Dermotron? Dermotron's in the background at the moment. We put him on the subs bench for this one, but he'll be back on this afternoon or this evening. So yeah, he's doing a great job in the background, keeping all the comments going.
He's VAR, isn't he?
Yeah, he's doing the VAR, you know. That's a good point, yeah. Dermotron VAR. And Jim Boxall say, morning, host and fellow football lovers. In Ange we trust. Come on, you Spurs. Yeah, we have to. We have to. You know?
I've decided, Ellie, he must be VAR Spice. That's what Dermot is.
And Daniela Zito saying, do you guys feel like a North London derby is coming too early? Yeah, it's probably what? It's the sixth game of the season. It should be well bedded in by then, really, you know. It's okay. I can't remember when we played. It's around the same time last season we played them away, I think.
Yeah, I think so. It seems like it's always early on in the season we play them away, isn't it?
Yeah, yes, it is. And Wilton McDonald saying, good morning, dynamic trio. Sounds like Batman and dynamic duo +1. Huh? And Jim Boxall against Ellie. When we beat Liverpool 4-1, it was one of my favourite games ever. We played so well that day. Kane killed Lovren's Liverpool career. He did, didn't he? Absolutely destroyed him that day. Yeah. Especially remember when Lloris cleared the ball and Lovren didn't judge the bounce and Harry did, and the way he went and set Kane up. That was brilliant, you know.
That was
Carl Simpson. Yeah. Carl is saying, come on, Dermot, beam in and get caught out with the clockerel. We'll get him later. That one's going to run for the entire close season and next season, I would think, you know. That's brilliant.
Look, I'll just get it out of the way, right?
Here he is.
I'm going to get it out of the way. The cockerel cock. There you go. You got me. There you go. I'm going to beam out.
Oh, dear. Oh, no. And Kate saying, the super sub there. Yeah, he just came on there for a brief moment. And Audio Artisan is saying, morning, peeps. Morning to you. And Kate Boxall, you could look at it that the NLD is coming early, so they won't have a chance to work out our style of play. Well, that's true. Because we're going to have a different Tottenham this season, style-wise, play. We hope we are anyway. And that they'll be expecting us to sit back and defend like we have been doing, whereas in effect, we might just have to go after them, and that would be a bit of a shock to them. So let's hope they do. I mean, I know we all have great hopes of hoping that Angie can do what he did at Celtic to change their. I mean, but let's be realistic about it. When he went into Celtic this time 2 years ago, he did a massive clean out. He got rid of a lot of players, and we have to hope that the same thing is going to happen at Tottenham, because we cannot go into this North London derby or the Brentford game or the United game or any game with Dyer and Sanchez in the back four, or we will be absolutely destroyed. So they have to be gone and replacements in by then, you know, or else the goodwill that Angie is building up at the minute is going to be knocked on the head completely if we don't make changes at the back, you know. So I think I'm speaking for everybody on that. I think we're so anxious that our defense is improved. We cannot let in 63 goals again. That's an absolute disgrace for a team that was in the Champions League last season. To let in 63 goals is just not on. Anyway, rant over. Kate Boxall saying, laughing my eye. Yeah, right, okay. And Matthew saying, there's a reason why Arsenal is the smallest London club.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well done, Matthew.
Yeah. Do you know, I was even thinking of the weekend. I was watching the Man City Inter Milan Champions League final, and I thought, you know, why are we celebrating Manchester City? They've got to where they are now by breaking every rule in the book, buying players that no one else can really afford, you know. And I began to think, and this is probably heresy to most Tottenham fans, I think West Ham winning the Conference League last Thursday was a bigger achievement, pound for pound, than Man City winning the Champions League. I don't know if you agree or not. Like, I'm not celebrating the fact that they won, but the fact that they won it, fair dues to them. I would love that was Tottenham winning that competition, but we don't seem to take it serious, you know. A lot of fans think it's not good enough for us, you know.
No, it's true. What did you guys think as well? Because we've got the first game when Pochettino's coming back to the lane.
Yeah, that's in November.
Yeah.
First game in November.
That's
That's going to be
early on.
That's going to be a toxic atmosphere, I think. To be honest with you, that idiot that was on from Chelsea this morning more or less said that Pochettino doesn't care about Spurs because he wouldn't have come to Chelsea if he did. I think the main reason Pochettino went to Chelsea was we didn't ask him to come back. That's why he went to Chelsea. You know, no other reason than that. So Dermot, you're welcome.
Yeah. Look, I've come on. I'm going to say my piece on a few things, and at the moment, the mood I'm in, I don't care what people think. On the Chelsea thing, the Chelsea fan can go and stuff himself and go somewhere into the circus and play with the clowns because that's what they are. Mia knows, don't you, Mia, that there were once a club. Their stadium was up for sale one time at another, weren't they, Mia? And they're a small-time South London club. Think they're big, they're not. They only got big because of a man that came from Russia with dodgy money, and they got found out. For me, I think the opening fixtures for me are good for us. I think it's good to get some of the teams out early. I think we're going to beat Man United. I think we'll beat Brentford as well away from home. I just think we're going to kick off the season strongly. It sort of reminds me back to the 92, 93, 94 season where nobody really didn't give us much hope. And we went away to Newcastle and won 1-0. Teddy Sheringham got the winner that day. So, look, I think we're in for one hell of a good season. And I think we'll beat Arsenal as well. I think we've got Arsenal's number this year. But the thing is, we've got to get behind. We've got to get behind the team. We've got to get behind Ange. And this Chelsea thing has really rankled me this morning. Then what them Chelsea plays, that Clinton Morrison, and we were talking about it in the background. You were, Philip, yourself.
Yeah.
I've just been watching it online, and I've never heard so much gibberish in all my life. 7
new players, he reckons we need.
Yeah, he was a crap player for us. That's an insult. He was a crap player professionally, and he can't even do punditry right. So I don't know what he's talking about. He's talking absolute gibberish.
Yeah, I know. He's no, it's okay. I know they interviewed Chris Cowling outside the ground. Did you see that bit, Dermot?
Yeah.
Did you see Chris Cowling's bit? Like, he was very positive. But Chris is always positive anyway.
I like Chris. I think Chris Cowling's very positive. He's always gives, anytime I've seen them on Sky or whatever, he's always give a good interview. He's always been very positive about our club. But let's not forget something, guys. We're a Tottenham Hotspur. We don't fear anybody. Anybody that's going to come to White Hart Lane or away this season, we're not going to fear them because we're the mighty Spurs. And I'm pissed off, and I've had enough of other clubs laughing at us and taking the piss out of us or poking at us. We're coming back next season. We're going to come back strong. We're going to come back better. We've got Ange in charge. The mighty Ange Trench is going to bust through every club this season. Tottenham are back, and I don't give a hell what anyone says. Tottenham Hotspur are the best team in the world, and we're going to have a great season next year. Win a cup next year.
I think the fact that we're not in Europe might actually help us with the first season with under Ange. You know, I know we're missing out on 6 games in the qualifying or the group stage, right? Plus whatever comes after that. Those games, okay, there might have been good games to blood the young fellas in it, but I think the fact that we're playing 1 game a week will mean as the season goes on, we're going to be fresher and fitter than the teams that are in Europe, and that could be a big advantage to us. Dermot, I take your point. Your passion is brilliant there. I'm very positive for this season. I really was, but I have to say I was very positive for last season as well. And look what happened. So let's hope the same thing doesn't happen this season.
Do you know what I will say about the games is that we've got a few harder fixtures towards the end of the season, but then that might work in our favour because if they're still in Europe, they've got to obviously think about that, and especially a Newcastle who aren't used to playing 2 games a week. So that actually could kind of work in our advantage. We don't know yet, but it could because we are only playing 1 game a week, which gives Ange a lot of time to work on the players. So I think that's probably important as well, that he is going to get that time with the players to drum into them what he wants.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I think too, a lot depends on how much the players, when they come back from pre-season, which will be fairly soon now, they'll be back next week probably, that they buy into whatever Angie is selling. Whatever he tells them to do, buy into it, lads. Do not go against it. Because we know what happened under Conte. There seemed to be resistance against his tactics, which you can see now in a way it was going against the way Spurs players are normally taught to play. So let's hope Angie's Celtic-type tactics will work with us. The players buy into it. Harry Kane stays. We buy 2 centre-backs and the goalkeeper, maybe a centre midfield as well. And as Dermot says, we are going to have a good season.
I got a bit of breaking news, guys. But firstly, Kate, can I just say I did my Michael Collins bit, not my Churchill bit. So that was my Michael Collins. Philip knows what I'm on about there. Philip knows what I'm on about there.
Yes. I'll tell you, Dermot, the best Michael Collins line I ever heard was the day that England moved out of Ireland in 1923.
Oh, the
right?
7 minutes late.
Yeah. Michael Collins turned up at Dublin Castle 45 minutes late for the handover. And the British Consulate General said to Mr. Collins, you're 45 minutes late. What's the meaning of this? He said, well, listen, you've kept us waiting for 700 years, so I think you can wait another 45 minutes. And that came from a distant relation of the great Dermot, Michael Collins.
I'm related to Mick Collins, the greatest Irish. Look, I have always said if Mick Collins survived, Ireland would be a different place now. And I don't know. That's another subject for another show.
Yeah.
Breaking news, guys. I'm going to start with you and this, Mia. Real Madrid want Richarlison.
I don't know if that is quite true from what I read. What he said is that he would go to them if he was offered. Why wouldn't he? But do they really want? Are they seriously interested? I don't know. Interesting if they are, considering there's Mbappe on offer to be able to take.
What do you reckon to that, Ellie? I'm getting more news on this. This is just breaking. That's we're speaking. So
I don't know. I just don't believe it because why would they go for him? Because 1 goal in the Premiership, 2 goals in Europe. He's been injured for most of the season as well, a big chunk of it. So they're taking a risk when they've got other players on their radar that are much more accomplished.
Do you know, I read what the article said, what he said, and then everyone said, he wants to go to Madrid. No, what he said is that it's a great club. Who wouldn't want to go to Madrid? But I want to stay this season and prove myself is basically what he said at Tottenham. So,
what do you reckon?
As well.
Yeah, what do you reckon, Philip?
I think he's gone for a moment.
I think he's gone for a breakfast. Toilet. Bless him.
Toilet break.
Look, I think myself. Look, if Madrid want Richarlison, look, for me, it's a hard one because I like Richarlison's attitude. I like his enthusiasm. If you get me, girls, I like his sort of like he did at Everton with the flair. Do you know when Everton stayed up the season before last? And he's there, and you saw how he was when he got his 2 goals against Marseille last season. Mia's been right. I mean, that goal he scored against Nottingham Forest, that was a cracker of a goal, wasn't it?
Yeah. Do you know what? Like, I feel that he has been a little bit unlucky, and I think actually he fits really well into what Postecoglou would want. So I just think not having him, and it's just silly when I think that we've got that option with him, and I just can't see Madrid going in for him personally.
Yeah.
Well, I can give you a bit more. He has actually stated, I'm at a club under contract. This is Richarlison. I have to prove to Tottenham why they bought me for such a high fee.
Yeah.
But any player who would want to go to Madrid, no official offer or talks have happened yet, as they remain focused on Mbappe, as you rightly said, Mia. but he could be their next target if that move falls. So that's something we have to watch very, very closely. I'm sorry for taking over, Philip.
No, it's okay. No, I have to go on a call there. So they want Richarlison ahead of Harry Kane?
Yeah. Well, the basically he's second behind Mbappe. If they don't get Mbappe, then they're going for it.
So well, what do you reckon? What do you think? Should we sell him? What do you reckon?
Hand on heart, I'll go yes, sell him. I think he's been a waste of money.
Based on last season, but I think he will come good. I think he will come good.
Joe, what? I'm going to stay a bit controversial. I'm going to say something, and it isn't because I don't love him as a player, but I'd rather sell Kane if Kane doesn't want to stay than sell Richarlison. Because if Kane doesn't want to stay and he only wants to be here another year, but Richarlison's got longer on his contract, why not sell the player who doesn't want to be here? That's the way I see it, personally.
I just don't think Harry Kane would ever say that he doesn't want to be at Spurs.
If he doesn't sign the contract, that means he doesn't want to be at Spurs, Ellie. That's the whole point, isn't it?
I don't see it like that. I think because he's at that stage in his career, if he doesn't see any progress at Spurs again, it's not because he doesn't want to stay. It's because he hasn't got no choice, because he wants to be successful in the last part of his career.
Well, look,
because he is a loyal player.
Yeah, but the ball's in his court now. He's got a year left, Ellie, on his contract.
Yeah, I understand that.
And I can see him. What I can see, I don't know if you agree with me, guys, but this is one situation I can see. He may just the next 6 months for him is crucial, because is it in January he can sign for any European club, or is it Premier League club?
It's Europe. No, it's Europe, isn't he? He can't talk to any Prem clubs. He can talk to clubs in Europe, I think, in January.
He can sign a pre-contract with them in January, I think.
Yeah. So, do you do you? I'm sorry, I'm just getting more news that's coming in. Do you guys think, like, if we have a good start to the season, Philip, do you think that could be crucial in Harry staying?
Yeah, well, I think a lot will depend on when Harry has a meeting with Postecoglou before the pre-season. He'll obviously want to know what his plans are, and what his ideas are, and what his aims are. So I think he should be able to. I think Harry will be with us next season. I don't think he's going anywhere this summer. United have pulled out of the bidding. Real Madrid look to be going elsewhere. So so I don't think anywhere else he can go. Levy will not sell him to any other Premiership club, as far as I can gather. He will not, after Bale, after Modric or Bale, he wouldn't sell them to Premiership clubs. So I don't think he'd do it for Harry Kane. Plus, he'd be kicking the teeth to Spurs fans if he did.
And he also made the statement on it, Philip, that he wouldn't sell.
Yeah, exactly. He's playing hardball.
Yeah, the thing is, like I say, for me, I feel like that he would have gone to Man City if he had the chance. So he isn't that loyal. And if he stays at Tottenham, then for me, that just shows he's got no ambition, because we're not going to win those big trophies. If he really wants to go somewhere else and win those trophies, I feel like he has to go somewhere else to get those trophies. Because I just don't think that if he won a League Cup, that's not going to be enough for him. He's going to go all of his career and have one League Cup. Come on, like he's a good plan. I feel like if he's got ambition and something about him, he'll want to go and push on. To be honest,
the thing of it, he's got every other honour in the game. He can win as a striker. Only he hasn't got a trophy at Tottenham. Yeah. I look at the like Calvin Phillips in Manchester City. He played about 25 minutes all season. He's 3 trophies, right?
Yep.
That to me is a joke. I think Harry Kane, he loves Tottenham. He's loyal to Tottenham. I know he talked about Man City 2 years ago, but that was because we had no manager at the time. We were between managers. He was probably pissed off after Mourinho went and Pochettino was gone. We didn't have Nuno in. So he was vulnerable. Now we've got a definite line of progression under Postecoglou, and I think he'll buy into that.
Yeah, I don't think he will.
I am sick to my back stomach of hearing Kane every transfer window. Will he stay? Will he go? Will he do this? Will he do that? For Christ's sake, just make up your mind and stick to it. If you want to stay, sign a contract. If you want to go, just go.
Go, exactly.
I am sick to death of it turning into the Harry Kane show. And then you got that Gary Neville, with the interview before Nuno. Do you really want to go, Harry? Do you like Daniel Levy? Has Daniel Levy done this to you? Has Daniel Levy promised you that? Harry, we love you. You're our leading club goal scorer. You cemented your legacy at Tottenham for the rest of your human life. If you want to go, go. If you want to stay, stay. You know, what's more important to you? Accolades or trophies? We will win trophies. Winning the League Cup may be enough for him. Winning a trophy at his boyhood club may be just enough for Harry.
So when he goes and be the pundit, he's going to have one League Cup when he goes amongst someone like Vardy, who's won the Premier League and an FA Cup. Come on, man. That's not going to be enough.
Yeah.
No, going as a pundit, there's no requisite of trophies under your belt.
No, but no. What I'm trying to say is when they put the banner up, Philip, and it says one League Cup, compared to if he goes next to Vardy and Vardy has got a Premier League title to his name, that's shame, man. Shame on him to go his whole career and not win anything big.
That's too harsh, mate. That's too harsh. That's been very harsh on the fella.
What I mean by that is that it's a shame. It's a shame if he goes there and that's all he's won. It's
a shame if he goes to Sky Sports at all. I'll give him more.
Right. Well, you know what I mean.
What did Jamie Redknapp win? And he's a pundit on Sky. It's
not about going on there because you've won stuff. It's just the fact that when his accolades come up, one League Cup isn't enough. It will be a shame for someone, a player like Harry Kane.
The other accolades, great, best English goal scorer ever, most goals in a Boxing Day. He's got more allocates to himself at the moment without any trophies than most of those plonkers that are on Sky.
Yeah,
I wouldn't have any problem with him going on. To me, Harry Kane has got look at all he won last season. Only for that freak in Manchester City, he would have got the golden boot with it by a mile, right?
Yeah.
And a team that was playing as badly as Tottenham, he's got the bet. He's the top English goal scorer, top Spurs goal scorer, top goals with his head, top goals from outside the box. He's got nearly every record you can have.
But it doesn't matter because we all want trophies. So what is a player without those trophies matter to players? Those big trophies should matter to players because anybody who's a top athlete wants to win the best. They want to be the best. And if Harry Kane hasn't got that about him, then I'm sorry, that's a bit like, what ambition have you got? Do you know what? You should have ambition in your life to be wanting
you're saying
those.
okay, let's take it this way. You're sort of saying, Harry Kane, if you've got ambition, get out of our club. We don't want you.
No. That's
more or less what you're saying.
Well, what I'm trying to say is that I don't believe in the current situation that we're in, Philip, we're going to win those big accolades. And I feel like that's a fair assessment of where we are currently as a team. And I feel like that's a fair assessment. We're not going to win a Premier League or a Champions League.
We're not talking about a team. You're talking about Harry Kane's accolades.
But Harry Kane's accolades, when he sits down at the end of his career, he'll want those big trophies. If he's got ambition, he'll want those big trophies. Like a Messi, like a Ronaldo did. They want those big trophies. Look at Gareth Bale. He can now say, look how many trophies he won. Kyle Walker, look how many trophies he's won.
Yeah, but they're
still not a pass. Kyle Walker, and we can't compare them because they play different positions. Harry Kane, to me, is the second greatest ever goal scorer for Tottenham alongside Jimmy Greaves. No matter if he wins nothing for the rest of his career, you can never take that away from him. That's the way I look at it. I don't really care about trophies. I'd love to see Spurs winning trophies, but I don't want to see Harry Kane going just for the sake or for my ego later on. I have to go to another club to win the trophy.
Can I just say we might be upsetting KVP? He says, guys, let's not start arguing. Let's stop fighting. We're all friends.
We're not arguing.
We're friends. We're having a debate.
We're having a different opinion, you know. Okay, when we change the subject there, but I just feel that Harry Kane, he's been with Spurs since he was an academy player. He's come through the ranks. He's a Spurs man through and through. And I think it would kill him to leave the club. I don't think he will leave the club. I don't think he will.
Ellie, look, you and me been very quiet. We're like two little children down the bottom, while the parents are arguing over the shopping or where we're going for the weekend. And Mia knows what I mean by that.
Yeah.
So look, for us, we're sitting down here watching the telly. Mia, Ellie, being good kids as we are. Look, where do you stand in it? Are you with me that look, Harry Kane is Harry Kane? As Philip said, he's the greatest goal scorer since Jimmy Greaves. Even look at Jimmy Greaves. okay, he may have won a lot of stuff early in Tottenham, but he never. No, maybe Jimmy Greaves is the wrong one, but who could I use as an example?
Let's see who we got.
Do you know
Paul Gascoigne?
Paul Gascoigne? Look, one trophy. He won an FA Cup, right?
Yeah, Gary Lineker. Well, he won more with Everton. But
Yeah, but look, where do you stand in there, Ellie? Is it just because he loves Spurs and his family settled? He's got a very young family as well. And
Yeah.
can you imagine uprooting a family to Spain or to Manchester or somewhere like that? Do you know what I mean?
I sort of get what Mia's saying, but there is a big but here, right? He's Spurs through and through, right? I just liken it. Say you take a player like Matthew Letizia, for example, right? He
That's
was
a good point.
fabulous.
Yeah.
He didn't win not one trophy, but he still got the respect and he still got the admiration. And young fans now are saying, who's Matthew Letizia? And they're clicking on YouTube because I've seen how many clicks he's got, right? And he scores the most fabulous goals, just like Harry Kane does, right? And I think loyalty in this day and age is something to praise, yeah? Because footballers nowadays, they go for the buck, a lot of them. Right, or they do go for the glory as well, but the only glory presently is with one team. So if he stays with Spurs and he wins a trophy with us, that's going to be much more precious in his heart than going to Man City and winning 10, or going to Real Madrid and winning 10.
It'd be a bit like David House. He was a one-man club nearly, back in the 90s.
Boy as well.
But he wanted to go to City. The whole point is he was happy. He would have been winning a treble.
We don't know that, Mia. We don't. That's what the media.
Come on,
a lot of this is media driven. A lot of the transfer for Kane is media driven. It doesn't. It's on them. It's the media making up stories.
He spoke to Gary Neville. It was so obvious that he wanted to leave. Like,
did he actually say, "I want to leave Tottenham," or were you taking it up as he implied it? I'd say he implied it more than he said it.
So if you're implying it, you can only be implying it if you believe that you want it. You won't imply something that you don't want.
You could be dropping hints. You're dropping hints.
Yeah, so you're dropping hints because you want it. You're not dropping hints because you don't want it.
Yeah, but I drop hints that I want a Gucci bag, but do I get it?
Yeah, but what I'm trying to say, Ellie, is that if you didn't want the Gucci bag, you wouldn't drop the hints about the Gucci bag. You only drop them because you want it. If he dropped hints, that's because he wanted it. It's not logical otherwise to think anything different. Surely
he could have been fishing.
Yeah,
he could have been fishing to see if it's interested in him. You know?
Yeah. Well, listen, guys, we're going to finish up soon. I know, Philip, you have to pop off and put your words of wisdom somewhere else. So we are going to finish up very soon. Me and Philip are back later at 8:00 with the podcast. So we will be discussing all the news from the fixtures, where, who's playing who, and that. But look, to finish off with the Harry Kane thing, look, I'm just sick to death. Every window is Harry Kane. It's Harry Kane. Can we just please talk about Eric Dyer or Sanchez leaving the club?
Yeah, well, that's we talked about that earlier there, but then been going, you know,
and other things like this. Look, Harry Kane has never said, "I want to leave Tottenham." Harry Kane has never come out and said, "I want to leave Spurs and I want to go here." No club has met his valuation. Till a club meets Daniel Levy and Tottenham's valuation until the beginning of 1st of January, there's nothing nobody or anybody can do.
Yeah.
So it's down to Harry Kane. The ball's in his corner. Daniel Levy holds all the cards on Harry Kane to the 1st of January. And if he hasn't signed a new contract, then it's down to Harry Kane. And another thing, I don't think it's Harry Kane that wants to move. It's his brother that wants him to move. Because his brother knows he will get a 10% cut out of any future transfer Tottenham get from whoever. Now, the Man City thing was they didn't meet the valuation Daniel Levy met, and that's why that deal didn't happen. Manchester United didn't meet the valuation Daniel Levy set, which is 100 million. So, do you know, I understand your point, Mia. I do get it. I think it's a bit harsh, but I do understand your point. But
Don't get me wrong, it isn't because I don't love Tottenham or want Tottenham to win, or I don't respect Harry Kane as a player. It's not that at all, because I love Harry Kane as a player. I respect him a lot as a player, to be honest with you. And it isn't like, to me, no player is above the club. So I want the club to win regardless. Of course I do. But I just don't feel like we're in that situation at the moment where we're going to go for those big accolades at the moment.
Yeah. No, we're not going to fight with you. I mean, we disagree on the policy.
Yeah,
it's just perfectly normal thing to have,
their
you
own
know.
opinion.
But that's a very good point Wilton McDonald makes there. John, as a player, I was rooting my name for. He's got the name I was thinking of. Johnny Haynes played for Fulham and never got anything.
But
and
it's
Johnny
not.
Haynes was a great player. He really was.
Yeah, and I just wanted to clarify what I actually meant, because people think I'm being like maybe harsh towards Kane. Like, I don't like the player, because that's not it at all. Like, that's not what I meant by that. So yeah, and it is just a discussion. We're all friends. We don't fall out over opinions.
No.
We don't.
No.
We do. We do. Right. Look. I don't know. Look, would you? I'm just really excited about the season now. I wish it started this weekend. I love it when the fixtures come out because it gets me buzzing. Look,
yeah, I wish Bentancur was fit.
Yeah,
we all do.
Yeah, with or without Harry Kane, Angie's in charge. We're going to get on the Angie train. It's going to leave the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium on the first day of the season. But when we play Sheffield United on the last game of the season, Spurs will be fighting for fourth place because Andrew will take us to the promised land. That's my whole feeling about this year.
Yeah,
I think that. So, Philip, I know you got to go. So, do you want to end this up now?
Yeah, I mean, let's see. We'll end up on a positive note. The fixtures are out. We know who are playing now. I know Angie doesn't supposed to officially take over till the 1st of July, but I bet you a bottom dollar he's at it straight. He's at it already. Yeah. He's working his magic, trying to bring in players and get rid of players. And let's hope that maybe in 2 or 3 weeks' time, by the end of this month, we have a better idea what our defense is going to be like. Which players are going, whether Harry Kane's staying or coming or going. I think he'll stay. And we have to get behind Ange. I've seen so much criticism of him from people that probably they're like Celtic fans 2 years ago. Celtic fans were up in arms when he was appointed with them, you know. And look at them now; they're crying that he's gone. So that's what I want us to be in 2 years' time. Trophies in the bank, and other teams knocking on the door to bring him as their manager because he's been so successful at Tottenham.
Right. Last question to you all: where will Spurs finish next season, Philip?
Optimistic as I am, I don't think I can go Champions League. I think 5th.
Mia?
7th, I think.
Ellie?
6th.
You know, damn the lot of you. I'm going to say 4th. So that's my opinion.
Did I see a comment going through there that Juventus have offered Kulu to Newcastle?
Yeah.
We must be. This is probably because we're trying to get them done at a reduced fee.
Yeah,
I hope this doesn't backfire on Levy again. Now being tight, I'm trying to get.
What I have got a bit more breaking news on the Sancho. Right, the Bentancur, the Richarlison thing is this is down to Daniel Levy refusing to sell Harry Kane this summer as Madrid look to replace Benzema, who's actually gone to Saudi Arabia. And the other bit of news I've just got in, Daniel Levy has been told he'll have to cough up no less than 50 million euro for Jadon Sancho. Daniel stands firm on a price of 30 to 35 million.
Here we go again.
The latest.
Do you know what? It makes sense that we don't keep Kulu because we've got Porro in that position. So maybe the club are thinking, right, Porro performed really well. He plays in Kulu's position, right? And Kulu had a big injury that he didn't really recover on. So maybe they're thinking that in that mindset.
I'd hate he went to Newcastle though, and
yeah. The thing is, with him, he lacks a bit of pace, but he's got all the skill set. I just wish he was as fast as Porro. And we'd have a good, massive player.
Interesting.
Yeah, Mia, do you want to give your channel a plug where people... And congratulations, by the way, on reaching 500 subs.
Yeah, well done, Mia.
Thank you. If you don't know, then please get to know and give your head a wobble. over at Spurs Between the Lines is where I'm at. I do all different kind of content, and I have just done a video with Flav from the Fighting Cock, which is, that's taken off massively, that video. So if you want to go over, if you haven't watched it already, go and give that a watch, because it was a really good fun to talk to him. So I've got lots of different things planned for the summer, different content with different people. So definitely go over there, give it a look and subscribe.
Yeah, he's a bit of eye candy as well, Mia.
I swear to God.
Don't give him a big head. He's going to think everyone was after him, not me. Nah.
And we've got a super chat here by Kate Boxwell. Thank you so much, Kate. Really appreciated. We should be getting Landeport.
The port. That'd be a great buy. That'd be a great buy.
I'm waiting to get more news on that. So
I hope that one gets over the line.
We are back later at 8 o'clock. There's no news beat or transfer talk at 4 because we're doing the show at 8. So that's been put off to tomorrow. So we're back at 8 with the podcast. Me and Philip, we're going to talk all things Tottenham and just put a few things to bed. I think just go over the last week at Spurs and, the fixtures, the transfer window opening, where the Spurs, who do we need to buy, where do we go from here, and we'll take it from there. So, Philip, do you want to take us out?
Yeah, we now know the fixtures. Optimism is back. We're Tottenham are back. Let's get behind Angie and come on, you Spurs.
Do you know what? I think this. Do you know what, Philip? This calls for a Fred time. Do you think?
We haven't seen Fred for a while. Yeah.
So this is Ellie when she saw the fixtures this morning with Theo after she cooked his breakfast.
Oh, this makes me laugh.
And now on that bombshell. Bye-bye.
Good night. Good morning. Whatever.